Events today jeopardized diplomatic efforts when North Korean armor encountered a so-called self-healing minefield while attempting to withdraw from the area.
North Korean forces were adequately cautioned that self-healing minefields along the DMZ should not be considered cleared obstacles. We're back at the brink of war, and now we find out it is the Japanese?
The Japanese are allies.
I don't care if they're the Christmas elves. They sank the Walsh.
We don't know that their government was involved.
We know Admiral Otomo was involved, and we know where the gentleman is. We have to go in now, immediately.
The fact is, we don't know how far the conspiracy goes. If Otomo's actions are sanctioned by the Japanese government, then the only solution is military. But if he's acting alone...
Your man again?
He's already in position.
Send him in.
The State Department has lost contact with all of the U.S. officers who work at the Kokubo Sosho with the Japanese Self-Defense Force. It looks like the SDF have taken them prisoner, and they're refusing to answer our calls. In typical fashion, the Japanese are circling their wagons. Either they're afraid to admit they've lost control of Otomo, or they're actually sanctioning him. If that's the case, we'll have to come clean with North Korea, which will spark a massive war in Asia. If not, we need to find out what our officers know, and figure out what to do about Otomo before North Korea finds out what's going on.
Sam, even if the Japanese government is not sanctioning him, Otomo still clearly has the capacity to strike. If he's still in control of the information arm of the SDF, you'll need to deal with him very carefully. There's no telling what kind of havoc he could unleash.
Last contact we had with any U.S. personnel in the Kokubo Sosho was a fragment of a phone call from Major Harper, a logistics advisor to GSDF. From the sounds of the call, the room he was in was raided by Japanese troops and he was taken prisoner. It doesn't sound like anyone has been killed, and if there's any hope of maintaining peaceful relations with the Japanese, you're going to have to keep it that way.
Fisher, I can't stress this enough. If one Japanese soldier dies, we risk World War III. Any fatalities and I abort the mission immediately.
I understand.
Locate our officers and find out what the hell is going on there.
I'll find them.
Went wrong. Re-entry went off without a hitch.
anybody would be crazy enough to bust in here. This is the easiest job in the world.
Technician Samaro, report to utility room. Technician Samaro to utility room.
Nice building. I'm gonna suggest they hire your designer to do some work on the Pentagon.
What do you want?
A news update. What's happening here tonight?
I know nothing.
You probably know more than you think. Just talk.
Some men have been moved around, guarding inside. A captain was here earlier getting volunteers. Not sure what for. I should have stayed home. It was karaoke night.
A reminder, your memos are to be posted on facility corridors without approval from Warrant Officer Yamata. Spectacles was found in the fourth floor men's washroom. You may retrieve them from the front security desk. Mr. John Pay report to receiving. Mr. John Pay to receiving.
What the hell was that?
Yes. Be on your guard. Something is up. No such thing as being too careful. All clear.
Why are you holding these men?
What? Who?
Answer the question.
Those are my orders.
Whose orders?
The general.
General. Don't you mean Admiral?
What do you mean?
Your orders? Do they come from Admiral Tomo or not?
No. They're not hostages. We're just detaining them.
This thing is a mess. Okay, lock it. These are junk. Nothing here. I am sure there is nothing here. Are you okay there? Respond! Respond!
All right, guys, what's going on here?
Thank God, an American, ready to go when you are.
Slow down, I'm not your babysitter. Tell me what you know and maybe somebody will come get you later.
Well, SDF rounded up all the U.S. personnel and locked us up. We saw some generals and ministers being brought in earlier.
Where did they go?
Into the war room in the sub-level.
Doors to the lower levels are sealed.
A captain was just up here looking for combat-ready volunteers to go down there. Maybe the doors are open now.
Thanks for the tip.
Sam, we need to record everything that happens in that meeting so we can present it to the Joint Chiefs.
It would speed things up if you'd let me remove some of the threats.
Forget it, Fisher. Until we know who the enemy is, there is no enemy. No enemy means no kills. Deal with it.
What's going on there? Respond!
A reminder to all enlisted personnel, log in and out with your warrant officer. After hours.
Will you put that thing? You ever been hit by one of those?
Fisher, from the looks of it, these guards are LTL equipped.
Less than lethal. Why?
There's only one reason I can think of that they'd issue them to combat troops. They'll want to interrogate anyone they catch.
Well, I'm not the talkative type.
I told you, Tom is a sack of rice.
Oh, sack of a rice.
Hey! Get the rice back on!
What's wrong now?
Nice toy. What kind of ammo does it use?
How about you let me go, and I'll show you?
Don't get smart.
Okay. It's some kind of shock round. Electric.
Interesting. You have any extra?
It's not like you can shake me and make my ammo fall on the floor to pick up.
You're awfully flippant for someone with a knife to his throat.
All right. I think they keep some extras in the storeroom. Could you not hold the knife so close, please?
Personnel are reminded to shred unnecessary hard copies of all documents prior to incineration.
What the hell is going on? I could have sworn there was something. You always get me all worked up. Get out!
A gray subcompact with license plate to Shibuya 300-31-56
you are
has
getting
been
jumped.
double parked.
Just forget it.
Please move your vehicle. Personnel are reminded to shred unnecessary hard copies of all documents prior to incineration.
That? I heard something. You are always hearing things. Oh, I just heard something too. Look! Move! Oh, well, not you here.
Mr. Junpei, report to receiving. Mr. Junpei to receiving.
You still there? What is up? Please say there is nothing here.
Tight security you have down here.
Not tight enough, apparently.
Tell me something that'll help me get around down here more easily.
Okay. We recently set up some IR cameras.
Is that so? Anything else?
I am not sure what kind of security they may have down in the lower sublevels, though.